Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. 4 articles that have been chosen to be reviewed for our study include the impact of using information technology on the quality of auditing in Lebanon, the impact of information technology on the auditing profession analytical study, the role of IT audit in the era of digital transformation, and the last one is determinants of information technology audit quality, which is the evidence from Vietnam. These 4 articles are mainly discussing about the contemporary issues and development of the impact of information technology on auditing. Information technology is one of the most important factors that occur in society and influence the auditing profession either for good or bad. Therefore, this study argues about the impact of IT on the auditing profession.
Following the advent of digital information technology, IT in audit became increasingly involved and is one of the main pillars in facilitating the auditing process. Digital transformation has created new chances and opportunities for IT audits to play as a significant role that can contribute positively to an entity while helps the auditor to achieve better audit purpose. Information technology allows the auditing profession to avoid some obstacles, including human limitations in practicing professional judgment and the obligation to express opinions. It is also a process to assist auditors in planning, control, and documentation during various audit phases. From audit and regulatory work process, there are numerous functions and evidence that can illustrate the impact of information technology on the auditing profession. First, assist in detecting problems rapidly and allowing immediate correction through the speed and accuracy of proof in the presentation of financial and non-financial information. Second, assisting auditors in using analytical methods in comparison and ratio to develop indicators and benchmark that help in monitoring and evaluating performance effectively. Next, assist in analyzing and evaluating the presentation of report using advanced operation research techniques such as statistical analysis, control methods, self-control, statistical sampling methods, and system analysis methods. Lastly, assist in the retrieval of information in data stored in a storage computer or on memory modules, as well as the review of some regulatory audit observations.
Our study indicated that using IT data can assist auditor reach better audit objectives, such as speeding up the production of financial and non-financial information. The IT also detecting problems more quickly than manual operations and allowing for immediate repair. Additionally, IT data assists the auditor in implementing the Internet Information Network system and the External Information Network in order to control the firm's internal and external branches. It is stated in the article that there is a strong need for information technology to be used in the review process. This means that they speed up the review process and cut down on the cost of making them. It is also helps small businesses grow and develop by using information technology. For example, a computer can be used to make comparison and analysis between actual and plain data. According to Damesh and Abu Button, the impact of information technology on the audit profession through audit risks is reflected in the field of internal control. It is where information technology changes in the direction of improving control and auditing and reducing risk. As an illustration, rather than relying on human monitoring, IT relies on software to keep track of computer performance on a day-to-day basis and to replace manual procedures with automated ones that can be checked and matched to reduce the possibility of human error in manual system due to audit risk. According to Jamani, the process of determining the fees of the transaction is one of the most complex processes facing both the auditors and the client concerned because they are linked to several interrelated and conflicting factors. It's important for an auditor to know how long the audit will take, what kind of audit work will be done, and how much money the auditor will have to pay for it, as well as the other things that might affect the customer being audited. All this should be taken into consideration when fixing the audit fee to be appropriate and logical. From that, we can see that the impact of IT on the audit process is clear on time or duration as well as on the number and size of the audit team used to perform the audit work.
Next, we will move to bad impact of IT on auditing. Based on the article, computer can affect the overall control of a company without us realizing it. Here are the consequences. First, loss of audit trace. The use of computer often reduces or even eliminates sources and resources documents that allow organizations to track accounting information and result in the loss of visual audit trails. Second, the possibility of cheating and fraud. Can the possibility for an individual to commit fraud in an electronic system. This is because it is difficult to penetrate a manual data processing system without the help of others because all stages of financial transaction are physically recorded, documented, and carried forward through records by several people in the financial system. But if all phases of the process are in the computer system, it makes it easier for fraudsters to manipulate data and information simply without having to ask help from others. Third, difficulty of discovery. It is difficult to identify fraud by using a computer because of the massive quantities of data stored in the computer system, as well as unexpected track the accounting process wastes, making it even more difficult to detect cases. Lastly, expectation gap. The reasonableness gap and the performance gap are the two forms of expectation gaps. The reasonableness gap results from a discrepancy between what society expects from auditors and what can be reasonably accomplished, while performance gap occurs whenever there is a disparity between the community's reasonable expectation of what the auditor should do and the auditor's actual performance.
According to the articles, information technology gives impact to the development of the auditing professions. This is proved as a survey had been done which 4 hypotheses were given. First, the use of IT helps to reduce the expenses associated with completing the audit. Second, the utilization of information technology aids in ensuring the accuracy of electronic documents as proof. Third, the application of IT aids in determining the contribution of electronic auditing to the absence of substantial deviation in financial statements. Lastly, there are no barriers to the implementation of IT in auditing. Also, IT influenced audit risk reduction through electronic data processing. According to a new market report, the IT spending market is predicted to grow by USD 3.14 billion between 2020 and 2025. The applications of IT also had bad impact in auditing as it could involve with the risk of the usage of IT itself. For example, first, the loss of audit trails as the use of computers can lead to the disappearance of many elements of the visual audit trail. Second, risk for both the buyer and the seller as they could encounter dealing with fake companies. According to a report, Smart Script Management embezzled more than 2.5 million in 2005 by recreating official-looking papers. Third, there would be risks involved with information security. According to researchers at Website Planet, it has been disclosed that there is discovery of an unsecured database of over 800,000 records relating to trucking and transportation companies. We could observe that many audit companies are using audit management software that includes advanced capabilities. Also, cloud-based audit management software is gaining popularity among audit companies. For example, Benchmark ESG Gen Suite, Teammate Plus Audit, QT9 QMS, and Intellect. Thus, most of audit companies are investing in audit management software and services which will support the worldwide IT expenditure.
In conclusion, information technology gives so many effects on the auditing process which allows it to be easier and more effective. Apart from that, the findings indicate that the auditor's various approaches and experiences will help to explain these issues. And last but not least, it will help researchers to understand the contemporary issues and development in the audit profession. From the articles that we have reviewed, this study recommends to enhance information technology audit quality so that audit firms will be able to prepare audit planning and audit methodology properly. Besides that, audit firms need to increase the use of electronic data processing and electronic auditing in order to minimize audit risk. Next, audit firms should make improvements on application of IT so that it could lessen the risk in the audit process and use the same IT software to make it a lot easier to detect errors. That's all from us. Thank you.